Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Here with the Chicago Bears fantasy preview for 2021 football season here. Definitely the month to get your draft started. If you guys haven't already signed up for the Ultimate Draft Kit, go ahead and sign up for that. The best tool in the business. It's going to give you guys so much information. It's going to help you all season long. I 100% recommend signing up for it. It's going to be in the description below. Trust me, it's going to change your life, especially to this draft season. And it's going to give you all the info you need all season long, every single week, not just for the draft. So go ahead and check that out. And yeah, going to be covering the Bears today, and going over all the options that you guys want to take in, for fantasy here, especially in your drafts and all season long here. Going to start with the two important ones first. David Montgomery being the earliest one drafted at the end of the second round at number 28. David Montgomery, coming off a 247 carry, 1,070 yard, 8 touchdown season with 54 catches for 438 yards and 2 touchdowns. Finished the season with 264.8 fantasy points. The projection this year, a slight uptick in carries at 254, 1,057 yards, 6 touchdowns, 42 catches for 331 yards and 1 touchdown, finishing with 226.24 fantasy points. Slight decrease for the projections here, but I love Montgomery. He's supposed to be a bell cow running back. Their O-line was horrible last year, kind of still is horrible this year. He put up 1,000 yards. I kind of expect the same here. They want to run the ball here, especially if they do start Fields. It's probably going to be more of a run-heavy offense here. Love Montgomery. Love where he's being drafted. You don't have to spend a first round on him, which is awesome. You can get him as your second or third pick. So, love Montgomery here. The next one that's being drafted is Allen Robinson, the number one for the squad, being drafted at the beginning of the third round at number 31. Allen Robinson finished the season with 151 targets for 102 catches for 1,250 yards, 6 touchdowns, finishing the year with 262.9 fantasy points. The projections right now are 145 targets for 94 catches, 1,168 yards, and 6 touchdowns for 244.1 fantasy points. Slight decrease for the projections here, but not really worried about it. Going to be a 1,000-yard receiver, one of the top receivers in the league here with Allen Robinson. Definitely going to be the go-to guy here, always has been. You hope the touchdowns can go up more. He's going to get the targets. He's going to get the receptions, especially in PPR leagues, which I base all my info off PPR leagues. So I love Allen Robinson. Hopefully he can get to the 10 touchdown area. That's where you'd really want him to really be an insane value at that price. But yeah, we love some Allen Robinson here. And those are the only two people being drafted in the top 100, which is crazy. Those are your must-to adds there for the Bears. We got Justin Fields being drafted at 219. Just looking at his projections here, he's projected to get a starter's numbers here with 3,300 yards passing, 18 touchdowns, 12 picks, 97 carries for 498 yards and 4 touchdowns, to finish with 253.87 yards or fantasy points. Pretty solid numbers for Fields just from a projection standpoint. We'll see. I mean, that's a big question mark. All we can do is see. Hopefully he plays in the preseason, see what it looks like. Out of the way, it's him or Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton did not look that good last year, but he can at least throw the ball, so I'm not worried about Allen Robinson here or Montgomery. Those two are pretty safe in their roles. Next, we have Tariq Cohen being drafted at 137. I don't think Tariq's draftable this season. He's just not. He's still coming off an injury. I say he's going to be a waiver ad this season. Wait to see what happens. If he kind of starts playing the first few weeks, get involved in the passing game, then maybe pick him up. But I just don't think he's draftable here. Then we have Damian Williams being drafted at 237. I think it's a really good value for Damian Williams towards the end of your draft here. If anything happened to Montgomery, I think Williams will probably see the bulk of that load. If you want to take a flyer on him, go ahead. If you want to if you have Montgomery, if you're a Montgomery owner and you want to take Williams for some security, I don't hate it, with one of your last picks. Wide receivers besides Allen Robinson, we have Darnell Mooney being drafted at 132. A lot of question marks with Mooney here. Coming off a pretty solid season, showed a lot of promise. 61 catches, 631 yards, 4 touchdowns. Finished with 152 fantasy points. His projections look exactly the same here. 62 catches, 758 yards, 4 touchdowns for 163.74 fantasy points. I think Mooney's worth a flyer in the late round. It's going to be the number 2 in this offense is what it looks like. And could be very valuable. Could be that Anthony Miller role. We saw the success he had last season. So kind of like Darnell Mooney towards the end of the draft here. Tight ends, you kind of really got to stay away from tight ends here. Cole Kmet finished with 28 catches, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns for 62 fantasy points. You really can't trust him, not with Jimmy Graham being there. Jimmy Graham finished with 50 catches, 456 yards, 8 touchdowns though for 143.6 fantasy points. Jimmy Graham's going to be that annoying tight end this season. He's going to be the one you don't start, or he's going to be the one that just gets that touchdown every game or every couple games. It's going to get you 2 catches for 15 yards, but he's going to get that nice touchdown to make his numbers look pretty decent in PPR. Jimmy's the only tight end I would take. He's more of a streaming option given the matchup, but he's their red zone target, so I don't hate Jimmy Graham here. Cairo Santos coming off a 30 for 32 kicking year, finished 36 of 37 on extra points, finished with 137 fantasy points. You want to take a flyer on Santos? I don't hate it here. I personally would stay away from the kicker. A lot of better offenses to take the kicker on. Other than that, there's really nobody else I'm wanting to take at all in this offense. That's usually about it. Get Montgomery, get Allen Robinson. Those are the only 2 I want at all. Maybe take a flyer on Darnell Mooney in the end, Damian Williams, maybe Jimmy if you're really desperate at tight end, but David Montgomery, Allen Robinson, that's going to be it for me. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Check out the other videos every day coming out with new NFL videos and fantasy videos too. So go ahead and check those out as we get ready for the season. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.